create performance opportunities to get used to engaging with an audience. You can get that instant sonic feedback about your song choices and the choices that you're making as a singer, along with getting better at singing, getting better at what you're doing on stage. And this goes for both covers and originals musicians. If you're doing covers, that's a great way to tell other people's stories. If you don't feel confident in your songwriting abilities right now, I made a career out of covers, both session singing and live performance. As an originals musician, you start to build your audience. So you get that feedback. I've been at performances like open mic nights where from one artist to the next, I can see the power that their singing or their song choices has on the audience. If you're in a bar, often there are a lot of people talking. And this one particular time, this performer got on stage and she played her first chord and they went silent. And it was such a powerful moment because you can gauge what kind of impact your delivery has on a crowd. And that feedback is invaluable in developing as an artist. I would highly encourage Weekly to really fast track your vocal and performance stamina and just overall confidence, because I think that's what most artists that I talk to are worried about. They're not in the game enough to really work out those variables, both with their own voice and then in the environment that can make a performance really great or potentially make it not so great. And we've all been there. But you learn. With those moments, you learn and you learn how to deal with it. I often say to my artists that the gauge of a great performance is vast because it's so subjective and we're often our own worst critic. I can give you 3 ways that I tell my artists. I tell them if you pee yourself on stage, if you vomit, or if you die. So if one of those 3 things happen, you generally can say that that wasn't the greatest performance. But anything else is a learning opportunity. So you reflect a little bit and you move on. Creating those performance opportunities, more people see and hear what you're doing. Get more interest. And you also get to meet other artists and other singers. In this business, the music business, community is everything. If you want to make a career in music, it's really all about coming together as I call it my creative squad and a collective to support one another and help each other out. So performing weekly, creating those performance opportunities is a wonderful way of creating that community. You might even find you can sometimes end up doing things together, which is even better. No matter where you're at, covers musician, originals musician, starting, a bit more established, emerging, performance opportunities are where it's at. What's going to set you apart is the strength of your live performance. Where should you be doing this? What I suggest is things like low pressure entry points, a karaoke, going to a karaoke bar, looking for open mic nights in your area. That is a great way of having a regular performance opportunity. Another couple of ways you can do that is via a house concert where you put on a show either in your home, or if you've got a friend that has a better kind of lounge room setup, you can go ahead and busk, or you can actually live stream. You can do a combination of live streaming and house concert with an organization like So Far, and they facilitate the house. They also facilitate all the live streaming and all the equipment. Now, busking is a really interesting one. And now, because I've never busked before, I got in touch with a busking guru, the lovely Sally, and I asked her some questions. So she started off busking, and it has been something that she was able to earn a little bit of money with, but also I saw her busking. This is before I knew her. And I was just so blown away. At the time, I was producing one of the big shows that is here in New Zealand, and we were looking for artists to audition. And I gave her my business card and just said, oh my God, please get in touch. Turned out she couldn't make the show, but we ended up connecting and working together down the track. So you never know. You never know who's going to be around in the audience, watching you. Often industry folk, open mic nights, even at karaoke nights, who knows? Depends what they're looking for. But you just never know. So you want to get out there. You want to get your chops up. You want to learn all the variables, all the things that could go right and wrong, and then continue to develop as a performer. Sometimes we're just not ready for the live performance opportunity yet, and that's okay. So I've got an option for you. Encourage covers musicians, originals artists. Every performer should be recording and uploading a video at least once a week to YouTube. I think it's a great way to do all of the things that I described before without the pressure. You've got the comments option, which you can disable. You can turn it off, and you can just send the link to your friends and your family. And with friends and family in mind, you can also put on a show for your friends and family at home, depending on how accommodating your family are. My family had to put up with quite a few at-home performances when I was younger. These could maybe be closer to special occasions. So that'll just be a handful of times throughout the year. The most important thing is that you are working towards something. Now, the video or pre-recorded performance is a great option because it gives you the time to prepare. And I use this kind of tool. We don't necessarily pop it up on YouTube, but I ask the artists that I work with to do a song study. And that's where you're taking time to really work through the song. We'll workshop elements of it. Now, you could do this and pop that up on YouTube. It really is just an opportunity to, in the kindest kind of butt-kicking way possible, to say that there really are no excuses. There are performance opportunities out there, and it's just a matter of how deep you want to go into it and how much time you want to give to making it happen. It's about creating a moment in time to work towards a song that you're preparing to deliver. That's the point. That's the point of creating performance opportunities at the core of its being. And then when you're live, the other elements are meeting people, engaging with the audience, getting feedback, understanding how to navigate your performances. There are so many elements that you will learn and figure out only by getting amongst it. I think every single singer, every instrumentalist, every singer-songwriter, every musician should be creating performance opportunities